Hello everyone and welcome back to another Star Wars figure review. Next up for you today I'm going to give you a look at a figure from the Clone Wars, and that's this guy here. Obviously Count Dooku. This figure is from Wave 3 of the Clone Wars line, as was IG-86 that I've just reviewed. Very impressed with this one. There's certain aspects that I really like about it, and there's other bits that I'm really not too fond of. But overall it is a very impressive figure. I'll touch base on some of those in a minute, but first I'll just give you a look at the packaging that it comes in. As you can see, standard blue and white Clone Wars style packaging. I'll just quickly read from the card back. It says, Count Dooku, the leader of the Confederacy of Independent Systems, talks via a holographic projector to Asajj Ventress. Dooku is crafting a plot that will destroy the credibility of the Jedi and enhance the influence of the Separatists. Okay, getting into detail about the figure. I'll start with the good points. The first thing I'm going to mention is the absolutely incredible face sculpt. I think they've done a really good job with this one. Really nailed it dead on to the likeness from the TV show and the movie. If I can, I'm going to try and zoom in slightly so you can get a better look at some of the facial details. That's a bit too much. There we go. As you can see, really nice detail, especially in the facial hair and also in the skin complexion under the eyes. They have done wonders with this facial sculpt, and it's probably one of my favourite ones from the Clone Wars. They have done really well on it. Other things that I really like about this figure are the accessories that it comes with. It comes with a varied amount. As you can see, it does come with the holographic projection of Asajj Ventress. I'll give you a closer look at that in a minute. It comes with the normal Count Dooku lightsaber with the curved hilt, and it also comes with an alternate hand, obviously with the Force lightning coming out of it. And you can replace that as well, so I'll give you a look at that in a second as well. First I'll just give you a closer look at the hologram. If I can get it to focus, there you go, there you go. Very nice detail in that. So show you the lightsaber. It's not very focused, but oh well. It is this hand that you can replace with the Force lightning hand. So I'll show you that. As you can see, it looks very cool like that as well. So accessories and detail, I give top marks to, because they've really nailed this figure dead on. Bad points, like with a lot of the Clone Wars figures, it's a mixed bag of articulation, and that is what really lets this figure down for me. From the waist up, perfect figure. Waist down, it's, you know, reflecting back to the days of Power of the Force. The articulation is really bad. Upper body is perfect, as I said. You've got the ball jointed neck, shoulders, elbows, swivel wrists and swivel waist. You know, can't get any better than that really. From the waist down it's just swivel hips, and that's it. No articulation in the knees or ankles, which is really disappointing. They will be bringing out another Count Dooku figure from the Clone Wars with his Sith Speeder. I think that's coming in 2010. in the deluxe vehicle range, or the deluxe figure range. Some decent figures I won't mind getting from that. But as I said, overall this figure is decent. I'm generally impressed with it. I mean, I don't play with these figures, so the articulation really doesn't bother me that much. It's just a case of I wish it had ball hinge knees so I could have put it in a few different poses, but as I've said before, beggars can't be choosers, and they really made up for the lack of articulation with the really good facial sculpt, in my opinion. Just try and get that to focus in a bit better. Still trying to mess around with this new camera. There we go. As I said, very, very nice facial sculpt. One thing I will just touch base on, this is another bad point about this figure. The cape is removable, and up until the point before I'd glued it on, it was incredibly loose. You know, it used to flap about like nobody's business, and it really used to get on my nerves. So what I've found it's better to do is to glue the cape on and it stays in place nicely. I only recommend doing that if you're displaying this figure. If you're a kid and you want to play with it, then you know, I wouldn't bother doing that because it'll decrease some of its movability. But for display purposes, it's a decent figure. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed having a look at Count Dooku from the Clone Wars line, and I'll be back with some more reviews as soon as I can. So until then, as always, keep collecting, and may the Force be with you.